Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are working on my creative daily journal for the days of the 13th through the 19th. That's what I have here. We'll see if that's actually right. I'm not sure. And as you can see, if you watched my last video, I found my closure. It was on the floor in my room. So I found it the other day when I had to pick everything up to shampoo the carpets. So, found that. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Let's see. Oh yeah, I have to grab these too. I forgot I was numbering. So, anybody remember where I put those? Anybody? Alright, here we go. Let's grab the numbers first, so I'm not making a crinkly noise the entire time. So, $13, $8, nope, that's a 6, but I need a 6. Durr, I need a 6. A 5. I need a 4. And I need a 9. The 9s are straight. Am I right? Am I right about that? I need a bunch of 1s. I may have to go get another pack before next week because I always forget how many 1s and 2s you need when you label something with number. Date, when you date something. Jeez Louise. It is, don't mind me, it is early, so let's talk about it. I promise I'm not old. Like, I'm not super old anyway. I'm not super old. I know I'm not. However, I don't have any more 1s, do I? I don't see any more 1s. Great. There's a 1. I ended up falling asleep at 9:30 last night. I don't know what happened. I was in a lot of pain. I'm starting to think I might have a high ankle sprain. Oh, I also got an appointment with a doctor. I was able to get a doctor's appointment. He must have had a cancellation. So, okay, I'm going to switch this 1 to over here, and I'm going to get a black marker, I guess, because I don't have any more 1s. He must have had a cancellation because when I checked a few days before I got the appointment, the earliest appointment, as you know, was like April something for an appointment. But here, when I checked the other day, he must have had an opening because I was able to get an appointment for Monday. So, but I'm starting to think I have a high ankle sprain because I'm also getting pain in my calf, and I don't understand why I would be getting pain in my calf. So last night I was in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. And I took Advil and turned off my light and laid down, and I was reading a book, and the next thing I know I was asleep. I fell asleep reading the book. So that means I woke up at 5:30 this morning. And then I was trying to go back to sleep, and then the dog started barking. The big dog started barking at 6:30 because they came to fill up our oil at 6:30 in the morning. What the heck? All right, so what was this day? Let's see. I'm blank. I'm not even sure what to journal. Every day is the same. Oh my god, so the same. I did laundry, changed my dad's sheets, filmed the journal with me, made lunch for the boyfriend. I worked out on the bike, which I haven't worked out. This is probably the last day because I've been in that much pain. I made dinner, and then my son decided he wanted dinner. And I could make that dinner tomorrow because it was a casserole. Did he eat it? A little bit. He's a pain in my butt. I'm telling you. Oh, I did watch Saltburn, which I don't understand everyone's obsession. I really don't. Please tell me what the obsession is, because I thought it was trash. It was disgusting, and it was trash. But, whatever. That's just me. And we're going to start this with my tape runner, because let me tell you, my glue is upstairs. So, that's going to be fun. Alright, so I read Dead End Girls, Oh, here's the dog who would not roll over to eat his treats. Look at him. Look at him. He just laid there and went and like stuck his tongue out and grabbed the treats. He's such a butthead. So I'm just gonna use a glue stick because my glue is upstairs because I've been working on that DIY house kit. And it comes with glue, but right now it's like building the books and all the paper products, so I'm using my glue. Alright, what else? What's this? Oh, and I read Meet Me in the Blue, which by the way was a 4.5-star book for me. And Dead End Girls was I think a 4. I think I gave it a 4. I think I gave it a 4. I replaced my ink. Oh, the kid got chilies. Okay, so this is the day the cat broke his window perch while my son was sleeping. He broke the window perch and then he popped the keys off my son's keyboard. And my son still can't find 2 of the keys. I thought it was hilarious. I really did. I was like, well, he wants you to get up. He wants you to get up. And I had to replace my zinc paper. And here were the... I don't need this. Why did I keep that? I don't know. But I did replace my zinc. I want to know when I replaced it. So that's why I'm keeping that. Because I want to know how often I'm going through it. And if it's better for me to buy a bigger pack. Instead of the... I think I buy a 20 pack. I think is what I buy. And I read a lot of books. And I use this for my reading journal. I print the books out on my reading journal. For my reading journal. With my little, where is it? A Kodak Step 2 printer. My boyfriend got it for me like super cheap a few years ago. So that's what I use. And I hope you're enjoying my nails. They're blow pop. They're blow pop nails. Aren't they cute? My mom got me a bunch of like silly nails for Christmas, like Lucky Charm and Blow Pop and Jolly Rancher and I'm saving the Lucky Charm for St. Patty's Day. I don't need that either. Okay. So let's see. Next. This is the day that my kid rewashed my laundry. He is just so oblivious to everything. I swear to God, Gen Z is the frickin' worst. So oblivious. He comes down to do his laundry. I'm like, did you put my laundry in the dryer? He's like, there was no laundry in the washer. And I'm like, yes, there was. I did my laundry this morning. No, there wasn't, Mom. There was no laundry in the washer. I'm like, dude, stop it. There was laundry in the washer and I haven't had time to go down and switch it. Mom, there was no laundry in the washer. I go downstairs, I dig, it's already going. It's already filled with water by this time. And I go through and I look and yeah, lo and behold, my laundry's on the bottom. I said, listen here, when I'm done doing laundry, I put the lid up and pull out the soap so it dries so you don't get mold. That's what I do. So if the lid is down, there's laundry in the washer. I was so mad. And like, I wouldn't have cared, but he uses too much soap and the scent just, I can't with the scent. But he's like, I like to smell good. And I'm like, you need to like be more cognizant of other people. And like at your job, people don't want to smell you with how strong it is. Like you need to be cognizant of that. And he still doesn't listen. And then he also uses warm water. And I yelled at him for that too all the time. I'm like, stop using warm water. You only have to wash on cold. You don't need to use warm water. Warm water does not get your clothes cleaner. Don't have to do it. I've been using cold water for like 15, 20 years now. Don't have to. You don't have to use warm water. And my clothes are perfectly clean. Except for when I forget to pre-treat stain. That was that day. But like his response was just, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, because you didn't look. You just opened the washer and threw your wash in. You didn't look to see if there was wash in there. And then the fact that he was trying to convince me that there was no wash in there. Oh, I was so mad. I'm like, stop screwing with me. So yeah, that was my And this was a Sunday, so I had a Baja because Baja's back out. And I heard, thank you, Amy, that Baja is now permanently out. Permanently. So no more waiting for certain times of the year. It is permanently out, and that makes me so excited. All right, what else here? Oh, I read What Happens After Midnight. That was a 4-star book. I really enjoyed that one. I had a lot of like 4-star reads, and then it went all downhill from there. So What Happens After Midnight, and then this is Forever His, 1-star. 1-star book. Do not recommend. Listen, it was supposed to be a male-male romance, and all it did was talk about the woman that the 3 guys were in love with. Even though the main character then goes on to have a relationship with a man, even while he's with that man, he still talks about how much he loves this woman. Yeah, 1 star. Like, great. I don't, like, bisexuality is a thing, and that's fine. But aren't you supposed to, like, be in love with the person you're with, too? Isn't that the point of a romance? And then it ended with a cliffhanger, and it never said in the description. I don't think it said, because I will not. I'm not a big fan of reading books where it's all the same couples in a bunch of different books. I'm not the biggest fan of that. So I wouldn't have read it if I would have known that. So there's that. All right, what do we got going on here? Okay, I woke up early, came down to film. Oh, and then it was supposed to snow the next day, so we had to run a bunch of errands. And we went and we decided to, his mom retired, so we decided to make her a board basket. There's a picture of it, is there not? Maybe not, because I don't think it was finished on this day. No. So we decided to make her a board basket. So we went everywhere looking for stuff to keep her entertained. It's basically what it was. For when she's bored, then I bought an empty box at Gabe's. I had to go back and return it. I'm not looking forward to that. Oh, and we got Frank's Buffalo Chicken Bites for lunch, and they were disgusting. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. Gross. And then I was in a lot of pain, so the boyfriend's like, we gotta go. I was like, okay. So at this point, I was still talking about going to urgent care because there were no appointments. And here is the yarn I got to make my mother-in-law hat, the cinnamon swirl cakes. So there's that. And then I filmed a video. You guys won't see it, I think, till the 27th. So sorry, but here you go, sneak peek. I have a crafty scavenger hunt that I came up with, and this was the project from that crafty scavenger hunt. And if you're interested in doing it before you see my video, I do have a PDF on Ko-fi. And it's free. Free PDF on my Ko-fi. Okay. But that video is coming out. I did film a video for it. I just had a bunch of already pre-scheduled videos. So that's why it's not out yet. I had a bunch of pre-scheduled videos. All right, so here is, isn't that yarn pretty? It was like gray and cream and then a black, gray and white and then a black and gray, like, not like a, it was like a twisted yarn. It was really nice. Anyway, I love a good Karen cake. We watched Beer Fest, because why not? And this says, nobody will stop you from creating. Do it tonight. Do it tomorrow. That is the way to make your soul grow. And then this here was a 5-star book. 5-star. Yeah. It was a shorter, more like a novella. It was like almost 200 pages, maybe even a little more. I don't remember. And it's male. And yeah, the main character made it a 5-star book for me. It was good. Come on. If you hear that noise, I'm very sorry. That is the washer. I swear, I feel like it's because it's an older house and the pipes can't handle the rushing of water for an HE machine, and that's why it rattles. But it rattles. And I have to do my dad's laundry, and then I have a bunch of bedding to do because we are still fighting the fight against fleas. Did I not throw a 1 over here? Yes, I didn't. We are still fighting. I had to have, because now I'm missing a 1. It's right there in front of me. It's okay. Yeah, we're still fighting a battle with fleas. So this week I have put borax on the... I've put borax. My freaking camera shut off. The USB cord is loose, and I've been still hunting for a new camera, and the one I bought recently I had to return. I'm so tired of buying new cameras, and there's some kind of problem. The last one had like a fisheye effect. It was bizarre. Everything off to the sides like curved. It was so weird. But that was when it was facing down. When it was facing towards me, it didn't do it. So anyway, I've boraxed the floors because I heard borax is like the way to go and it'll kill fleas. So I did do that. But yeah, isn't this cute? It's super cute. I really like it. So keep a lookout for that video. So yeah, I boraxed the floors and a bunch of stuff right here. Let me cut off what I want to cut off for this. So I boraxed the floors and I let it sit for a while. I got another May delivery, which is what this is. And I think what I'm going to do is attach this on here. Yeah, let's do that. So let's flip back here. So yeah, I got another, so yeah, I boraxed the floors, and then the other day I actually shampooed. I let it sit for a few hours, vacuumed it up, and then a few days later, I shampooed the rugs and steam cleaned the floors. And Sammy has to get a bath again today, but Sassy, because I feel so bad for poor Sassy. I can't keep giving her baths when she is petrified of them. So I bought a spray for her. So today she'll get the spray, and then so she'll get the spray, and Sammy will get a bath. There we go. And yeah, this is all for this day. So this is the 16th. So yeah, Sammy will get a bath, and then Sassy will get the spray. Because like I said, I just feel so bad for her every time she has to get a bath. I feel horrible. Like, she hates it so much, and we have to pick her up and carry her in, and then you have to sit. I don't know if you have animals and never had to give a flea bath. They have to sit for like 5 to 8 minutes with the stuff on them. So that is just torture. Like Sammy, like he hates it, but he can't get out of the tub. So that makes it easier for me because he can't get out of the tub, but Sassy can. So it's a pain. So I got a spray. But so far, I've been checking, and Sammy doesn't have anything, but I would rather be safe than sorry. And as I've said to everybody I've talked to, it's not a horrible infestation. None of us have had a single flea bite. None of us. So, oh, I put that on crooked. None of us have had a single flea bite. So I don't understand what's going on. So here's the finished hat. I finished the hat the next day. Okay, so yeah, I don't understand what's actually going on. It's not like it's horrible. It's just that we can't get rid of them. And then, so that's what's been going on here. But anyway, so it's been super fun. Super fun. Super fun flea problems. I'm kind of over it. It's just exhausting. And this is what I said when I talked to my mother-in-law the other day. I told her, I'm like, listen, I said, like, my boyfriend wants to know why I'm so angry all the time. I'm going to tell you why I'm angry all the time, because I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from fighting the freaking fleas. And it's not just the baths and all that, but it's just so much. Okay, so what happened? Oh, it snowed. It snowed, and I came downstairs like 7 o'clock in the morning. Nobody was up. I came down at 7 a.m. and was doing some stuff, and boyfriend came down at like 10:30 yelling at me, like, why didn't I wake him to shovel? Because my dad was out shoveling. I'm like, when I came down, nobody was awake. Nobody was awake. Let's not talk about it. I was so angry at him. I was like, whatever. Oh, and then I found out some gossip about my family, and I said, this is why I don't talk to my family. Honestly, this is why I don't talk to 90% of them. Because they're all just freaking ridiculous. All right, here we go. Next day, we went to Aldi. We had actually a lot of plans to go over somewhere else, but I woke up not feeling good. So we just went to the local Aldi instead of the Aldi we were going to go to, because we were going to, okay, so we were planning on going to Sam's Club and then Ollie's, and then there's an Aldi right there, and I had to go to Aldi for some chips for my kid because Clancy chips are my son's favorite. So that's what was our plan. Well, I woke up and I wasn't feeling that great, so I didn't want to go all the way over there. I mean, it's not like it's not super far. It's only like literally like 2 miles, but I wanted to stay close to home. So we decided to go to the liquor store here and then the Aldi here. And then when my boyfriend was in the liquor store, I ran into Joanne. But I was so glad that we decided to do that, because who knows if we would have found this at the other Aldi. But we found pork belly at Aldi. We've been looking for pork belly. Now, I don't know how it is where you are, but it is impossible to find where I am. And my boyfriend just wants to smoke some pork belly so bad. So we found pork belly there, and he grabbed, God love him, he grabbed 5 packs. And he's like, I'm like, really, you're grabbing 5 packs? And he's like, yeah. He goes, but I left some for other people. And I said, okay, I don't care. Whatever. So he grabbed 5 packs, and it ended up being 5 pounds for like $22 of pork belly. But it was, you just can't find it around here. And we've checked everywhere. And this is the first we've found it in a really long time. So he grabbed as much as he could. And that's really basically what happened that day. And we finished getting the stuff to finish my mother-in-law's board basket. So if you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Truth. Okay. Also, I don't remember anything about that book. Just to let you know. Don't remember anything. I don't remember anything about this book. But I do remember this flatbread from Aldi. This is the 7-layer dip flatbread. Delicious. 10 out of 10. Would get again. So good. So that's just going to go right there. And here's the board basket. So she's got some diamond paintings because she was interested in diamond painting. And then a bunch of puzzle books. Like I got her sticker by number, color by number, word searches, and find the difference, and a pack of highlighters. And then her hat was in there that I made her, and then some alcohol. And I made her a retirement card. So that's what was in there. So when she's bored, she just grabs something to do, including drink. Who cares? You're not going nowhere. Whatever makes you happy. Personally, I don't drink, but whatever. So here is the, from that, let's just shove it in the pocket. Let's shove everything in the pocket that we can shove in the pocket. I also got, the boyfriend and I talked about this, the, what is this one called? Wood grain 3D embossing folder from Tim Holtz. All the Christmas Tim Holtz stuff was 50% off, and this was on part of it for some reason. It's not like it's Christmas, but it's wood grain. I keep forgetting. And I said to him, like, but it really looks like what I already have. And he's like, it's not though. And then I didn't buy that day, but when I went this day, I did end up buying it. So this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. Look at it. It's so pretty. But this is lumber. This is what I already have. What I already had. And I couldn't remember. Like, they don't look anything alike, so I don't know why I thought they looked alike. But yeah. There you go. So if you ever see that, you know what it looks like. It was gorgeous. And then, oh, I said I think I may be winning the war on fleas. I think I am. Oh, my dad was also mad. I told him, I said, if you want your rug shampooed, then you need to pick everything up off your floor. Like a child. I had to tell him this like a child. And you may think, Well, wait, what? Well, yeah, because what happens is this guy here, God love him, has snacks on his floor so he can snack at all hours of the day and not get caught snacking. Yep. Do I have? I do. So he has, I have a paint marker. He has snacks all over his floor, and then he has snacks for the dogs all over his floor. And I basically was like, listen, I don't like you. There we go. See, look at that. I said, you need to clean this up if you want me to shampoo your rug. And this is what I got. He did it. And let me tell you, the amount of stuff that he picked up off his floor, okay, are you ready for it? Filled his bed, his queen size bed. That is how much crap he's got on his floor. Like, I don't understand it. And before you say, well, maybe you should buy him a container to hold it, I have. Multiple times. He has multiple containers I have bought him. Multiple. And you know where they are? On the floor, empty, covered with other stuff. Yeah. Okay, I read The Housemaid. And I watched Death and Other Details. Like, I'm really waiting for the next episode. I thought it was really good. Oh, and then my mom surprised the boyfriend and I for Valentine's Day with a Ninja Creamy. Now, let's talk about that too. Because my boyfriend's like, why'd she get us a Ninja Creamy? And did you ask for one? I'm like, no, I don't ask for things. I don't ask for things, okay? My mom's money is her money. I don't ask for anything. Unless it's an emergency and I need it and I'm desperate and I don't have it, then I will ask. And she'll gladly get it. But I did not ask for a Ninja Creamy. What happened was we were at Costco and we were talking about Ninja products. How did we get on that subject? I don't remember. I think it started with waffles and I was talking about the Ninja waffle maker. Have you guys seen it? It like sits up, right? And then you just pour the batter in the top and it makes like the perfect freaking Belgian waffle. Anyway, we were talking about that, and then we were talking about how some people hate Ninja products because they're so expensive, and I said, but they're worth it. I love Ninja. I have pots and pans, and I love my pots and pans. They're a year old, and they are still super non-stick. Like, they're amazing. And she said, well, your brother really likes the creamy that I got him for Christmas, and I said, oh my God, that's so funny that the boyfriend had just said to me 2 days before this how, man, he just really wants a Ninja Creamy. And it was when we were talking about the waffle maker he had just seen, and we were talking about Ninja products, him and I, and he said, oh man, I really want a Ninja Creamy. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I had no idea you wanted a Ninja Creamy. He's never said anything. Well, lo and behold, when my mom dropped stuff off before the snowstorm, because she was at work, and she's like, do you need anything? And I'm like, oh, well, I probably should get some stuff, huh? Even though we barely got any snow. It's not like it was needed. She dropped off some milk and cat food she had bought on clearance for the cat. So, yeah, she bought that, and then there was a Ninja Creamy in the back, and she's like, here, it's your Valentine's Day present. It's you and the boyfriend's Valentine's Day present. And I was like, oh, thank you. She did not have to do that. I did not ask for it. I did not expect it. It was a conversation. A literal conversation we were having about Ninja products. And that was it. Also, another 1-star book. Do not recommend. Horrible book. Oh, but I did give The Housemaid a 4-star. And I did download the second Housemaid. And there's a third one coming out too soon. When, I don't know, but it's this year. All right, and then yesterday I came down, and I had been thinking about this all night. Listen, when I tell you that I spent the entire night laying there instead of sleeping, once I had woken up. Oh no, this was the day before, so this was not last night, the night before. I was thinking about how to bring all of my yarn and fabric out, because it's packed away right now. And with it being packed away, obviously I can't see it. and I don't know what's there. So I never like do any crocheting or knitting because the yarn is packed away and I don't feel like digging it out from the walk-in closet that's down here. They're in totes and I just don't feel like it. So I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out a way to get it out into my craft room. So finally, after much debate, I emptied out this shelf, which still had a bunch of my dad's stuff on it, but I'm like, he never comes down here, so I'm just gonna empty off the shelf. What's the point of stuff being on the shelf if he's not even down here to look at it, right? So I emptied that shelf out, moved all of my journals and some other stuff over onto this shelf, and then filled the top rows of the shelf that all this stuff was on with yarn and fabric. And let me tell you, I didn't realize I had that much fabric. I really didn't. These were very good, by the way. Very good. I got these at Gabe's, but I want to put the owls, at least the owls, and because I love the owls. If you don't know, I love owls. Did I buy these because they were owls? No, because I didn't even buy them for me. I bought them for the boyfriend because he's like, ooh, these are delicious. And I said, okay. And I grabbed them. And then, you know. So let's just tape it in, shall we? So I bought those for him. I didn't buy them for me. I mean, I tried them and I ate them, which I shouldn't have, but every once in a while, I just need some sugar and some carbs. And I allow myself some sugar and some carbs because if you don't, you'll just be miserable. And when you finally do allow yourself, you binge. So I allow myself. And that was that. That was my weirdly, I don't even know how to explain this week. This week was weird. It's a weird week, but it's over with. And then I can, hopefully we're done with the fleas. I'm hoping. Because like I said, so far I haven't really seen any more fleas or felt any more fleas or anything like that. So here we go. And this guy's getting thick. He's getting chunky. It's getting to the point where, like, I mean, he doesn't even, look how big he is. It's like this. It's big. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and yeah, have a great rest of your day.